ever noticed that when Dr. Charles Xavier in the X-Men movies cruises down the hallway in his badass titanium wheelchair, nobody stares, gives him a second look, or even bats an eye? Well, I am here to tell you that is not true to life, unlike the rest of the X-Men franchise. When I was first injured in 1976, everywhere I went, people stared at me. The mall, the supermarket, a grocery store. I felt like a mutant, and it hurt. I felt excluded and separated from society, only able to watch others having fun. So when I got out of the X-Mansion, also known as rehab, I went to visit my older sister, Marilyn, in California. It's a more liberal place, right? So we decided to go to this wine festival. It has a grape stomping feature where people can step on grapes, and that sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. The minute we get there, though, the staring starts. Now, this is 40 years ago, and there weren't any handicap ramps, curb cuts, bathrooms, so it was unusual to see people with disabilities out and about, especially somebody as young as me at 19. So Marilyn pushes me in my clunky old steel wheelchair around the food tents, and we pick a spot facing the music stage. And below it is the grape stomping pit. So we're close enough to see the action, but far enough away to miss the stomping grapes. Well then, people start nudging each other and pointing at me. Pointing is new. And it pisses me off because now I feel really singled out. Okay, I can't stomp, right? Okay. But I can wheel the shit out of those grapes. I got 4 tires with serious tread that'll squish those grapes into foamy submission in no time. Why, I'm practically a human mixmaster. Talk about superpowers. Well, now people are like rolling up their pants leg and taking off their shoes and stepping into the grape stomping pit. They're singing, throwing grapes, doing a little mock wrestling. I mean, the inhibition of this crowd is like lowering by the minute. Well, the next thing I know, this woman comes up to me, one of the pointers, and mumbles something that sounds like Anne. And then she says to me, "Oh, I hope you don't mind if I take my photo with you." And before I can answer, she bends over, wraps her arms around my shoulders, and her friend snaps the photo. Well, I fall back on politeness and paste a tight smile on my face, but inside I am seething. How does she know my name? And why the hell does she want a picture with me? Is this like a California thing? So I look at my sister and she just shrugs. Well, then a family of 4 comes over to take a photo. And now people are lining up. This is crazy. I'm just a regular person who happens to sit down all the time. I mean, if this kind of attention keeps up, I'm going to pitch a whole new superhero to Marvel Comics, Wheelchair Woman. In addition to being a human mixmaster, her greatest superpower is that she is totally normal and can relate to all other human beings. But in this moment, in the face of this obvious ridicule, Wheelchair Woman is about to go Wolverine on these people and teach them some rules of etiquette. When somebody hands me a flyer, I'm like, now what? Flyer says, come to the Grape Stomp Wine Festival, a fundraiser for high school senior Angela Doyle, who was injured in a serious car accident and needs financial assistance. Holy shit. This is not National Make Fun of the Handicap Day. These people think I'm Angela. I mean, we're about the same age, and we both had serious car accidents. Suddenly, I feel famous. But now what do? I mean, do I make like Mystique, the bold blue shapeshifter, and pretend I'm Angela? I mean, she must kind of look like me anyway, right? Unless nobody here has ever met her. In which case, what a great community for coming out to support her. You know, if I do a good job of being Angela, I could get her a lot of money. But if I screw up, maybe nobody will give her any money, and then she can't pay her hospital bills, and then she'll wind up homeless on a street corner with a tin cup and just a scruffy old three-legged dog as her only companion. I think, this has gone on long enough. I need to bump down to that stage and get the microphone and say something like, "Excuse me, thank you so much for being here, but I am not Angela." But before I can do that, this bare-chested man steps out of the grape-stomping vat with 2 handfuls of grapes and starts walking slowly towards me. What is he going to do with those grapes? He's not going to make me eat them, is he? Oh, God, that'd be like eating dirty feet. He wouldn't do that to Angela, would he? Actually, I don't know a thing about Angela. I mean, is she an honor student? A stoner? A born-again Christian? Heck, all 3. I don't know. And then, just as he gets to my face, he separates his hands and he slaps them up against my cheeks, and this cold, smush grape oozes down my neck and goes down into my white shirt, leaving large, dark purple stains. And I freeze. What does this mean? Is he making fun of me? Or is he making me one of them? And then 4 more grape stompers, men, step out, walk towards me. Each of them grabs an arm and a leg, and they lift me out of my chair and start carrying me forward. And I'm like, holy shit, are they going to put me in that vat where all those drunk people are going to step all over me, plow me under, and drown me under 6 inches of grapes? The men smile mischievously. The crowd roars. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're including me. This is so cool. They're going to be as slimy and silly and purple as the rest of them. So what if they step all over me, break my bones, and drown me in the process? I'm sure my family will understand. Just then, my sister Marilyn appears before me, arms stretched out. Stop. Angela has to go home now. I guess not. My heart sinks a little bit to have my fun cut off just as it began, but I knew it was the wiser course of action. But as we drove away, I thought about how good it felt to be included, even if they did think I was Angela. And how I almost missed out on the beauty of this moment because I was so sure I knew what those stares were about. Now when I see people staring, I remember I do not have the telepathic powers of Dr. X. And now I just assume the best.